Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and today is another organization video, and we're going to focus on project life or pocket page or journal cards, whatever you want to call them. I'm positive these things multiply. You know, they have some sort of reproductive ability because I don't know where I got all of these. I haven't deliberately bought any in a while, but I seem to have accumulated a bunch. So my main storage is this box from IKEA. It does fit into the Raskog carts. I don't happen to keep mine in there. I just keep mine on the shelf. It works pretty good, but you can see mine's pretty full. I've got a little bit of space here under browns, and what I've done is I have a bunch of cards by color. I also sort into what I call filler cards. These are ones that usually have like a full image on them, that kind of thing, as well as things that I call a story prompt, where it's got some sort of lead in into the journaling, and then blank journal cards and anything calendar specific. And I have those sections for 3x4 and 4x6 cards. So that works out pretty good. I also have this container here that has some travel themed stuff in here. Actually, it's almost all travel. It also has some of my Felicity Jane cards. And then I have my collections in some black cardboard boxes that I also got from IKEA. I'm not intending to go through those. I did that in the last go round and not much has changed. So what I would like to do though is I love this system. This is working out great, but it's too full for all these cards. And so I also have this box. It's from Project Life, and I cut the lid off of it, and I kept the insert. And what I would like to do is just jazz this box up a little bit so it looks nicer, keep the insert, and then use this for my overflow. And it's a little bit smaller than the IKEA container, and I have a shelf so I can slide this one underneath and this one on top. And hopefully I can get rid of this box. So that is the plan. This does need to be reinforced, and if you look at the bottom, it's open. So it'll take a little bit of work to get that all nice and pretty. So let me work on that first, and then we'll deal with the cards. So the first thing I'm going to do, as you can see, it's starting to fall apart. I barely touched, and the glue just comes undone. So the first thing I'm going to do is reinforce these folds just to make sure that they are good and secure, and then I will wrap this with cardstock. Actually, I changed my mind. I think it might be easier to affix everything when it's flat. So we're going to do that first and then glue it. Okay, so I took some 12x12 cardstock. This is just Stampin' Up! Stuff that I had in my stash. Apricot Appeal, and the reason why I chose it is because I got a lot of it. And to be honest, I don't really care about the color. I kind of have a rainbow thing going on in my room. So I took the measurements of the base of the box, and it is 11 by 11.5, so I just scored my paper, and now I should be able to glue this down, and that will take care of the bottom of the box. Okay, so this is what the box looks like by now. I just glued this all the way around, and then I inserted a piece in the middle. It's quite sturdy now. So now I'm going to do the edges. I trimmed out a 2-inch piece, and I think I'm just going to overlap it slightly before the bottom. And then I'm going to put some decorative tape or something around that edge, I think is the plan. So I do need to score along the top and trim this to size, and then I will glue that down and show you where it's at. Okay, so I got all the edges covered now. The only thing I don't like is when this goes in like this, the corners are a little bit not covered. So I'm going to just make a little band that's going to cover that. And then I've got this seam that runs along this. We're going to do some sort of decorative element on that, but well, maybe I should do that first. That might be easier. So let me go pull out some washi tape. Okay, so that's what it looks like with the washi tape on. I did consider putting it along the top edge as well, but I think that'd be too much. So we're just going to keep it simple. Now to glue it all together and put the corners in. Okay, so here's what my finished box looks like. I could have done these corners in a complementary color, but I opted to just do the same. I'm not going to bother to line the sides because as soon as I put this in, you're not going to see them anyways. I think this will look much nicer on my shelf. So now let me get to organizing my Project Life cards. Okay, so I've done my preliminary sort. I have to sort the journal cards by color yet, but that can be done later. And I have not done my 4x6 cards. But what I wanted to talk to you about was how do you deal with multicolor. So if I have a lot of multicolor that comes with the kit, I just pick a color and stick it in there. So in this case I picked red, but in this case here I could have picked red, but I picked blue. And I just kind of spread them out, you know, based on whatever I'm feeling, and I don't overthink it. Basically is my thought process. All the filler cards, I'll sort those by color too. And then there's some where I just don't know what color I would use them out as, and so I'll just put those in my rainbow section. But I try to keep this to a minimum because I'm more likely to look for a particular color. So for instance, I could put this in with the aqua color and I would more likely see that than in the rainbow section, but sometimes I like to just keep a few out anyways. So now I'm going to put these in the relevant sections, and if I gotta shift stuff around, that's going to be the next step. Okay, let me walk you through what I ended up with. So this bin is empty. Woohoo! This bin is not quite full, and this is going to be my limit. I cannot exceed what I have. This is ridiculous. So in this one I've got calendar, journal, card, story prompts, calendar 4x6, journal 4x6, and I also have travel 4x6. This is all my travel cards. This is my Felicity Jane, and the reason why I don't intermix these is because they have a very common color palette, and so they just go together. It makes for easy layouts. This is my other bin. As you can see, I do have room in here because I moved a lot of stuff over. So hopefully that means if I do happen to get any more cards, they will easily fit in here and I won't have them all pile up. So that is my Project Life cards. Now I do have some that are not in here. So I have this collection. I've had this one for a while, and I think what I'm going to do with these is make some base pages out of them. And I also have these here, which I'm not sure where I got these from. Maybe LA Studio? I'm not sure. I'm going to make a base page out of these as well. And then I have these. I think this was my mind's eye. For some reason it's in my head. But it has a very definite tropical feel to this, and my plan is to visit Hawaii in the next year, and I thought I would add these or use these to make a little travel album, or a travel journal is probably a better way of phrasing it. So a travel journal that I can take with me, write notes while I'm gone, and then of course I'll come back and do a regular album. And then I have this one, which is a card that came in the order, which I'm going to throw in with my card starts. So I think that is everything for my Project Life cards. I am going to purge a few things. So I do have some old Stampin' Up. They're mostly autumn themed. Yeah, so a lot of orange, browns, etc. And then I also have from Simple Stories the, I don't remember what it's called, but it's got like a home sweet home kind of thing. Anyways, if you are interested in either of these, leave me a note below, and the first person that says they're interested in one or the other or both, I will send them to them. You'll have to email me your address at acreativelycraftedlife@gmail.com. So just the first person that claims the Simple Stories or claims the Stampin' Up, say which one, or if you want both, and you send me your address, I will send these to you. So I think that is it. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, happy crafting.